Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Let's spice up your day. Tune in to a breath of fresh air. It's all fun and games until it gets extra and better. 102.3 Extra, weekdays 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. with Oli J. Cheers to something new.
Has anyone told you can talk about your business on radio for just 15,000 naira? Get a chance to talk your business for 25 minutes on The Entrepreneur. Mondays to Fridays, 3 p.m. on Eagles 102.3 FM, Abuja. For more inquiries, call 090-9984-4433. 090-9984-4433. The Entrepreneur. Talk your business for just 15,000 naira. This promo runs from May 1st to July 30th. Hurry now.
Eagles Morning Rise. Eagles Morning Rise with
Hannah Show Prince. So minutes on 9 o'clock. This is Eagles Outlook on your radio experience. You can count on Eagles 102.3. This morning we're talking managing Nigeria's diversity. And while we agree that there's need for us to continue to stay together because Nigeria is not the only plural society or one society that isn't homogeneous as it is. Nigeria is not the only country that has different ethnic stocks or different ethnic and religious people coming together to live as one. But how have we been able to manage this over time? How have we been able to carry other people along, including those who are referred to as minorities? How do they have a voice? Do they even have a voice in the country? In a situation where people are classified as minority, and even in the states where they live, they can't dream of becoming even, governors, let alone be president, on account of where they come from, on account of the language that they speak. How do we manage this? How do we fix this? I'll bring in callers 090-7353-0044. Hello, good morning.
Hello, my friend. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Hello, good morning, my friend.
Taking me, I can hear you. Good morning.
Hello, my friend. Good morning.
I can hear you. Good morning, Taking me. Can you hear me? The network did you in. If you can hear me, I could hear you loud and clear, and I'm sure all the Nigerians could hear you. So just call back in and share your thoughts with us. We can really hear you. I don't know what happens from this end when people calling, they can't really hear me. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Hi, good morning. What's your name?
What's your name?
What's your name?
Mine is Sochi.
Sochi. Hello?
I'm calling from England.
Okay, go ahead. Let's hear you, please.
What about you?
Hello?
Is this the Sunnyside Show?
No, this is not the Sunnyside Show. This is
Because I want to listen to many of GPS and just Vivian songs.
I can't really make out what you're saying now, but thank you so much for calling. Hello, good morning. The network again. Okay, so should I call the numbers again? 090-7353-0044 and 090-8766-8888. We're discussing Nigeria's plural society and how we can manage our nation as one people living together, how we can continue to stay united where everyone has a sense of belonging and everyone is carried along. The society where, it doesn't matter where I'm from, I can aspire to be anything. And if I work hard at it, I can actually achieve that and become that. Hello, good morning. Hello. Oh my God, this is just becoming very annoying. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Taking me, can you hear me?
Yes.
Go ahead, we can hear you. We're trying to hear you, rather.
What morning? Problem on ground. But there are.
This is really unfortunate. I'm sorry, the network did you, and try to call the other number, 09087668888. I'm hoping that that's going to be better. Try to call that, and let's hear from you now. So we live in a society or in a country where just recently the issue of Muslim tickets has thrown up a lot of conversations in the country. A lot of people say no. Some people say, yo, this is the way to go. If we need to have a united country, we need to have these conversations now. But some people are saying, look, this is not the right time to have this conversation. Yes, true, we need to have this conversation at some point, but this is not the time. Hello, good morning. Hello. Okay, again, it happened. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good morning.
The lines are not clear this morning.
I don't know what's happening. I think it's the weather. See that? Probably the rains. When they come in our country, that's what goes bad. I mean, it happens everywhere. And when it rains like this, sometimes the networks just get really messy. But don't give up on me. I'm not giving up on you. I'm sure it's going to click. It's going to go through. Just keep trying, okay? Now, what some people say, look, we have to have these conversations where religion and ethnicity doesn't matter who, or wouldn't, shouldn't count when we decide who leads us. Some of us are saying, look, this is not the time. We're not there yet. We need to fix certain things before we're able to have this conversation before we're comfortable to say, you know what, I don't care who leads me. I don't care with the ethnicity. I don't care the religion. Hello, good morning. Hello. Okay, this one even seems worse. Oh my God. I'm so sorry that you're having to deal with this. It's quite unfortunate. I don't know why this is happening. Hoping that the engineers can find a way to fix this if they can. But just keep trying. Please keep trying. Or you can send me a message, okay? Send me a message on 09097054450. That is 09097054450. Send me a message and let's hear from you, okay? So yeah, again, in a country like Nigeria, sometimes it feels like we even lose count how many languages, how many ethnic groups we have in this country. And while countries like America have been able to manage theirs and carry people along, where to the point where people don't even care who leads them. India yesterday elected a female tribal leader, okay, for the first time in over 70 years. India is about 74, 75 years old as a nation, and for the first time, the tribal Indians are saying, look, now we have a voice. So in every society where there's the people who are considered minority, there's always a need for them to feel among and feel carried along and, be represented. And if they don't feel that representation, or they're not represented, they feel left aside. We have such in our country today that we're dealing with. And for me, until the day when a man from an Igede man, for instance, can become governor in his state or can become president of this country, until the day that someone who is from some parts of the country where nobody considers them strong enough to represent them at the entire nation, becomes president, then we'll have a problem. We still have a problem. Then we still need to be able to discuss our unity as a people. We can continue to push certain people to the margins and expect for them to be happy and continue to create more minorities by the day and expect that those people would want to remain in Nigeria. We're dealing with so many things today. Agitation is coming up every day, everywhere, people agitating. And we can't split this country into beats. So the best bet for us again is still to stay together. But how do we stay together? Keep up with me. I'll bring in my guest hopefully shortly because we're still trying to get across to him. The network is still being messy, but we hope to be able to reconnect shortly. Keep it with us here. The conversation continues.
On Eagles 102.3 FM.
Are you listening?
Hi there, my name is Oli J. You are listening to Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja. Do connect with us on all our social media platforms, Facebook and Instagram at Eagles FM Abuja. Or you can also send us a WhatsApp message to 090-9705-4450.
Maybe not.
Eagles 102.3 FM. Your radio experience you can count on. Keep listening.
Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja.
Hey, this is Justin Bieber.
This is Gwen Stefani.
Hi, this is Madonna.
What's up, you guys? It's Nicki Minaj.
Is it too late now to say sorry? Baby, don't lie. I don't wanna cry no longer.
Eagles 102.3.
The vibe is about to be lit. Don't you just love good music? I know you do.
I don't really care if you're older.
On Eagles 102.3 FM.
Hi there, my name is Kemi Michael and you are listening to Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja. Connect with us on all our social media platforms, Facebook and Instagram at Eagles FM Abuja, or send us a WhatsApp message to 090-9705-4450. Keep listening. Eagles 102.3 FM, your radio experience you can count on.
She know like you got on naughty.
Eagles.
Playing the music you want to hear.
Eagles 102.3.
Okay, everybody listen up.
Hey there, my name is Utodo and you're listening to Eagles 102.3 FM. Connect with us on all social media platforms, Facebook and Instagram at Eagles FM Abuja, or send us a WhatsApp message on 090-9705-4450. Keep listening. Eagles 102.3 FM, your radio experience you can count on.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner all have one thing in common: food. Do you love to eat and want to learn how to make different dishes from all parts of the world? Join Kenny Michael on The Chef every Saturday by 9 a.m. exclusive to Eagles 102.3 FM.
Hey, it's Ariana Grande.
What's up, it's Shawn Mendes.
What's up, this is Pink.
24/7.
It's what I listen to.
This is today's best music. Non-stop.
Oh my gosh.
The most music.
Non-stop.
On Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja.
What's up? My name's Oliver Tree.
Hey, it's Lizzo. Hi, this is Adele.
Yo, what's up, y'all? This is P. Diddy. This your boy, Lil Flip. Yo, what up, people? This is Kanye. Yeah, it's Jay-Z.
It's Lil Jon and me, Side Boy.
What's the deal? This is Ludacris.
Eagles 102.3.
The sun's up and so should your radio. Tune in to the sunny side on Eagles 102.3 FM. Every weekday from 2 to 6 p.m.
Oh my God! Seriously?
The Sunny Side Show. The Sunny Side Show.
Morning Rise with
Natural Prince.
And well, the conversation continues. Thank you so much for leaving your dials locked with us on your radio experience. You can count on it. Eagles Outlook. And this morning we're talking managing Nigeria's diversity and running an inclusive government where everyone has a sense of belonging, where everyone feels like they actually are being carried along. My guest this morning is joining us, Reverend John Joseph Hayab, who is the Country Director, Global Peace Foundation, Nigeria. Thank you so much for joining us, sir.
Thank you very much for having me.
Okay, now let's get to it. Of recent we've had conversations every time the elections draw near. The issues of ethnicity and religion becomes very loud, and people begin to talk about these things, the things that divide us more than the things that actually unite us. One of those issues is the religion. Just of recent, the All Progressives Congress chose to run on the same faith ticket, and many people have complained about that, especially religious bodies like the Christian Association of Nigeria have refuted that and rejected that. At what point do you think it would be right for a country like Nigeria to begin to discuss issues like this, where we don't have to bother about ethnicity or religion when it's politics or it's time for elections?
Well, it is unfortunate that we are having this conversation, but it is also important for us to know certain truths when we come to this kind of conversation. In any community or in every community, people have certain identity and values that they hold dearly. If you want to win their love and respect, you have to carry them along, and you have to give them respect. You have to also understand their identity. And there is no shame to do that. In the United States, many years ago, the blacks were not allowed to even cast their votes, no contest. It took a lot of effort to get the blacks to belong so that they can even cast vote, and now they are contesting to the extent that we had Obama. You see, inclusiveness is key to national unity, to national transformation, to national peace. But if we feel that inclusiveness is demanding something else, then we are wrong. What the Christian community or other groups are asking for is inclusiveness. Nobody should use competence as if one group has monopoly of competence. This country is built with different identity. And that's why one section of the Constitution, which speaks about federal characters, clearly states that there shall be no government or agency of government where everybody will be one color or one tribe or one form or one identity or one group. And when you look at group, Christianity and religion could be one of the groups. So people are trying to see as if nothing matters. It matters because you cannot help people solve their problem while you are treating them in isolation. You have to have them in. And some of us who come from states where this lack of inclusiveness have heated and created division have a lot of stories to tell people who do not understand. For example, you see, I won't bother to go and ask the people in Sokoto State to have a Christian Muslim ticket, or the people in Kano to have a Christian Muslim ticket. But there are places that you can see that there are even near parity. And you say, no, those votes must not be heard. Then you are creating anarchy, you are creating confusion. So what the Christian Association is doing is that being very honest and objective to say, wait a minute. We are trying to build a country where there will be love, where there will be respect, where there will be acceptance, where there will be tolerance. But we cannot build it and keep other people outside. We will both build it together with everybody on the table, with everybody in the leadership structure. Nepotism shouldn't be a reason the way we go about our things, but everybody should be. So there's no tribe in Nigeria that has no competent people. There's no religion in Nigeria that has no competent people. Do it. Give that balance so that you will heal certain wounds. You may not get everything perfect, but at least near perfect. But we are having a situation where people are saying, no, it doesn't. It matters. I don't want to pretend. If it did not matter, then we would have just allowed the blacks in America never to cast votes. Never allowed the blacks in America shouldn't have even contest elections because it doesn't matter as long as there's leader. Because the white men are competent. Then we want that inclusiveness, and that inclusiveness is reducing the tension in their country. So let's look at countries with diversity, like Lebanon. After their civil war, another drama, in order to address their diversity, they try to find a way that, okay, if we have a prime minister who is a Muslim, we'll have a president who is a Christian. If we have a president who is a Muslim, we'll have a prime minister who is a Christian. Just to have that inclusive. So we're not the first to start this. So I'm not sure where these kind of people are looking at it as if it is something strange. I am a peace advocate. I work for peace. And what I do in every community where I go is to say, look, allow everybody's voice to be on the table. Everybody to feel special. Everybody to feel belong. Because that's the only way people can take ownership of a process of finding peace in their community. And I'm looking at it the same way with this issue of government. When everybody's voice is respected and is on the table, they take ownership. And I think our constitution clearly understands that and say, address the federal character so that whoever becomes the leader will have the loyalty of everybody. Why are we pretending as if we don't know we are sick?
You know, people say at some point we would have to get to that place where religion should not matter, and ethnicity should not matter. But it seems like we're not drawing close to that point, because the indices that allows for people to not care where a person comes from are not being met. For instance, if people say if we had all the if Nigerians could go to school without having to bother to fill in forms that states their religion, people get admission without having to state where they come from or their religion, and that the people who are in government make sure that everything is available, equitably distributed, where a man who lives in a village doesn't have to bother about electricity, doesn't have to bother about water, doesn't have to bother about even paying school fees for his children, then maybe that at that point we wouldn't be discussing religion, and it wouldn't matter to anybody at that time. Now, religion and governance, people also argue to say, we've had Christians, we've had Muslims as presidents, and at the end of the day, the situation didn't get better for anyone. When a Christian was president, the markets didn't the cost of goods was not different for a Christian. And now that we have a Muslim as president, the cost of goods are not the same, different for a Muslim. So how do we get to that point where all of these things don't matter?
We are using very cheap examples to justify a sensitive matter. It is not about cost of food. Are we satisfied with what is even going on now in Nigeria? Assuming that Osubanjo is not in that place, it will have even be the story where we will be saying as Nigerian will be worse than what we are saying. Let's be fair and honest to ourselves. What I don't want to subscribe as a Nigerian is pretending and lying about what I know is true. Nigeria cannot be healed when we don't tell ourselves the truth. Today there is agitation from the southeast. Are we saying that those people shouldn't agitate? Let's be honest to ourselves. Everybody wants to belong to this country. If we're just looking for a competent person, okay, then let's just allow a Lagos man to pick a Lagos vice president. You know that will never happen in this state, in this country. Or let's allow a Adamawa man to pick a Adamawa vice president. You know that will not be accepted in this country. Or let's just allow someone from Port Harcourt to pick Port Harcourt vice president. You know that will not be accepted in this country. What we are saying is that what is our current reality and how do we want to address it? What is our current challenge and what do we do to overcome that challenge? We cannot act and pretend as if it does not count. Look, let me tell you, there was also a time in the history of American politics where women were not also contesting or women were not also casting votes. Today we even have a woman as the vice president of the United States of America. What is because women keep agitating that, look, we can't run this country, and a creation of God, a very important creation of God, women are not part of what we do. And today, things are changing. So what the Christians are simply saying is that we can't run this country, and we Christians who are also part of this country are not part of those who decide how things work in this country. If you talk about the Christians, unless Nigerians don't want to say the truth, whether it's a Christian or a Muslim, I don't want to go cheap for that kind of conversation. If not, I'll give an example of other leaders who served. Yar'Adua served. There was a good balance of office, and he was a competent leader. And we were making progress until God took him away. And there were other progress that made. Obasanjo served. There was a combination of faith, and we progress, a fantastic progress. When people deny those progress, then I don't understand whether we are honest to ourselves. Even if I don't like Obasanjo, I wouldn't deny the progress of how he got our debt relief. I wouldn't deny the progress of how today, that time we only know people who used Turaya. When we see people with Turaya, we think they're multimillionaires. Today, even the market seller is having GSM. You would think it's not a success. If there was no government that stamped his feet to make sure we reach out that progress, we wouldn't have been. Yes, there were areas they fell, and so what we want to do is to keep having a fantastic combination so that in the next dispensation they improve where the other people didn't do. But we cannot completely wave away a sensitive and a serious matter talking about when you go to the market. What do you do about insecurity? When you have a security architecture that is purely one tribe or one religion, and there is a killing going on, pastors here are being killed or churches are being burned, and they go and say, well, you know, it's just a church and there's nothing more about it. And even deny that it never happened. Well, the church is in pain. Are you saying that Christians don't feel that? So let's not do that. But if federal character and this combination does not matter, why is it that we don't just recruit people, the competent people who pass our common entrance to our unity colleges? Well, that doesn't matter, because Port Harcourt alone have enough children who will pass entrance and go to the federal government college, Port Harcourt. But because we want others to come, we say no. We want a balance so that there will be integration. The fact about it is that because if we go by the score, the man in Zamfara, the man in KB may not even have admission to that school. So we will now reduce his marks so that we can give him opportunity. The same country that is doing that and is now saying that it doesn't matter, that is hypocrisy.
The conversation continues. You can join in now. My guest this morning is Reverend John Joseph Hayab, Country Director, Global Peace Foundation, and Chairman, Christian Association of Nigeria, Kaduna State Chapter. Is sharing thoughts with us. You too can be a part of it. Call 090-7353-0044 and 090-8766-8888. Send SMS and WhatsApp messages to 090-9705-4450. Let's hear from you. I'll bring in this caller quickly. Hello, good morning. It's happening again. Okay. Reverend Hayab, let's look at, the assignment ahead of the next president when it comes to unifying Nigerians and ensuring that this nation continues to remain one, undivided against itself, like many people are agitating. What would the next president do to quell these agitations that are springing up from left, right, and center?
Well, my take is simply anybody who is aspiring to be Nigerian president should first know the problem, should understand the problem, appreciate the problem, get the agitation right. I'm sorry that I'm going to use this. One of the reasons why we've not been able to solve the problem of the agitation in the Southeast is because we try to call it a wrong name. We try to address it with the wrong understanding. You can't solve any problem when you don't first admit that there's a problem. Neither can you solve any problem without first understanding what is the problem. That's why in peace building, we go and do survey. We want to know the root cause of the problem. We use many skills, whether it is the tree, the onion, the triangle, whatever, just to want to know why are these people fighting? Why is this? So whoever wants to be Nigerian president must first admit that there's a problem and then want to understand the root cause of the problem so that he will know the exact kind of medication that will solve the problem. I'll give an example of a leader in Nigeria, in Kaduna. Before 1999, Kaduna used to be tens. In 2000, Kaduna was tens. She then had a governor called Alhaji Ahmed Mohamed Makafi. It's not about his party, it's about his life. When he came and saw those things, he now wondered what is happening, why are we where we are. He started reaching out to people, finding out why this problem. He now began to invite different tribal organizations, different forms of opinion, whether they're Igbo, they're Hausa, they're Yoruba, whether they don't belong to Kaduna. Why are we having problems? By the time this man got to know exactly what the problem was and begin to address the problem, those who are familiar with Kaduna's story will tell you that the last crisis we had stopped on the 22nd of November 2002, and Kaduna entered a new experience. There was no other crisis. Kaduna didn't have another violent crisis where people were killed for 9 years. So So leaders are supposed to know what the problem is and come to solve it. So my simple advice is, don't tell us they are going to build roads for us. Whether you build roads and we are not safe, we can't go with that road. Know our problem. Come and solve it. And when you do that, then you will see that the Nigerian that we are thinking is difficult, you will have an easy solution to it. But when you come pretending that there's no problem, you are thinking you just enter Sarena and you address people and go away, the problem will remain there.
Very well said. Let's bring in a caller. 09073530044 and 09087668888. Reverend Hype, do you think that perhaps the issue of federal character may have further divided us than unite us? Because people are worried to say in a situation where...
Why did we put federal character in our constitution? We were coming out of a civil war. We know what happened. We know the division. We know the tension. You see, life is about problem solving. Every nation on earth has its own problem, and she finds a way to solve her problem. It's going to be wrong for us. First, we have to look at federal character wasn't wrong, because there's a wrong application of it today does not make it wrong. It still remains an important part of uniting Nigeria. So where we go where wrong was we have not applied what is found in our constitution. You know, I used to hear people saying, because the Nigeria is voting, yes, it has some fault, but have we really applied the one that is available? So federal character cannot on its own have caused us problem. It is our lack of application of the federal character that caused us the problem. Because the federal character was put there so that it will guide. But if I come, I want to insist that only people from my tribe, only people from my religion, and think other people are fools. They may keep quiet because they are afraid I'm going to send security after them. But when they have opportunity, they will show me that with your security, I have a right. And so what we are appealing to all who wants to aspire to be leaders in Nigeria is just know the problem, acknowledge the problem, understand the problem, then work with people to solve the problem. Most of our leaders are so arrogant that they think the problem does not exist. I don't know, sir, the problem exists.
Now, Reverend Hayab, I'm going to ask you this. The people say, look, we shouldn't have problems when the presidency is made up of 36 ministers from every part of this country. These people bring representation.
I think there's a difference between a minister and the president. I think the president appoints ministers, and he appoints sometimes probably just his party supporters or party faithfuls, not necessarily the best for the state. So that minister is not representing state, it's an appointee from the state by the president. So if he dare argue with the president about certain policy, he will be putted out and a new person will emerge. So let's stop playing into the hands of our leaders. That's why sometimes the Nigerian problem I used to take it back to the National Assembly, because they are the legitimate people we actually voted for them, who's supposed to speak out, who's supposed to stand and do what is right. Unfortunately, we have people who don't even understand their role in the National Assembly.
Well, so how do we address this now going forward? Because I'm tired of having these conversations every year, every 4 years. Every time the elections draws near, we're having conversations as to zoning. We're having conversations regarding religion and all this. How do we address this once and for all and put a stop to all of these conversations in the future?
Those we have given them the responsibility of leading us should put selfishness away and focus on giving us leadership. If you deliver the goods that is available and applicable to all will heal the wound and stop the agitation. But if you do not deliver the goods and is not available to all, people must agitate. So we have not successfully actually gotten leaders who would deliver the goods. Some who came and started showing that they could deliver the goods didn't last. But that's why we are saying, let's learn from that yesterday mistake and correct it now. Let's learn from that yesterday mistake and correct it now. They are coming out in mass wanting to have their voters card. Because of the things happening now, people are waking up. We've never had a time where people of my faith even get themselves bothered about politics. But now they are beginning to understand that, hey, politics is about us and we. You know, I come from Christian faith, and I used to speak for Christians. What people who are ignorant will say, you people are pastors. Pastors have no business with issue of faith. No, sir, that's the wrong theology. It's not even found in the Bible. My Bible says, when the righteous are in leadership, people rejoice. How do we get righteous people in leadership if we don't participate in governance? And not only that, the Bible says we should obey every governing authority, because no authority is established except by God. That means every authority belongs to God, and I'm a servant of God. I'm a child of God. That means it belongs to my Father. If I abandon issue of governance, then people who are not God's people will take it and I'll become a slave to them. So you see, this ignorance are the things we must stop. You know, for Christians who are listening to me, you know, all this kind of theology that we are told that you don't get rich because a rich man, it is easier for a camel to pass through the eye of the needle than a rich man to enter the kingdom of God. These are literal way. Colonial masters forced this kind of idea on the missionaries who didn't want to offer it, and people follow it. There is nothing wrong if you are a Christian to grow and be blessed and be rich. The same thing if you are a Christian, there's nothing wrong for you to be in leadership. So we must teach people. All of us will build this country. There's no one faith, there's no one tribe that knows how to build it than the other. Unless we do it together, we won't have the loyalty and the ownership we want to see people taking it together. Let me put it, because I need to also stop now. Why are we having fair insecurity approach? Because the security project we are saying, in order to address security, we are excluding other people. You can't address the insecurity of my community and exclude me. You will not. He wants his voice to be heard. Everybody wants his to be sure that he has a role to play. It's not about me. I'm not going to contest any election. But it's about a constituency I know and I understand and I represent.
Well, Reverend Hayab, as we close, people are worried about the fact that religious leaders have manipulated the people over time, especially when elections are around the corner. They say religious leaders take money from politicians and gender their people to vote a person whom they have taken monies from. How do you respond to that?
The truth, what we are saying is happening, because look at what happened a few days ago. Because of this kind of manipulation and use of religious identity or name, titles, some people who were not bishops wore regalias that look more like choir robe. They're calling themselves bishop, but just to show
they say some of these people are bishops. They're actually bishops and
no. Yeah, some. You see, when people want to tell lies, what they do is that they bring one small truth and ice the truth with 1 million lies. That does not make it a truth. Because you invite 2 bishops and you carry 28 people who are not bishops and give them regalia, does that make it a bishop? Let them come, I will prove them and tell them other individuals here that are not pastors. Can you do that to another faith and there will be peace in this country?
Reverend
they have lists there, and I can show you on the list names of people who do not even attend the program, but their names are on the list. So what are you trying to argue?
Reverend Hayab, let's bring in a caller quickly. Hold that thought.
Hello, my friend.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, this said you be calling back.
Taking me quickly, let's hear you, please.
Yes, the network has not been friendly at all. Good morning to your guest. Good morning, Nigeria. Okay, Prince, you see, I feel that National Orientation Agency and Ministry of Information and Culture, they have a role to play in educating Nigerians about some of those issues, how to unite Nigerians, how to make sure that we will not be divided along religious lines, because we are so much divided. But I think it shouldn't be so. We should not be looking at who is a Christian or who is not a Christian, or who does not even go to mosque, or who does not even go to church. As long as the person can be able to serve us well in a particular position, that should be the most paramount thing. But I think our politicians, they have succeeded in dividing us along religious and tribal lines. But it's unfortunate. So something has to be done. Nigerians need to be educated that even though if we bring in a Christian and they do not do their job, we will see the way we are. We can look at Osun State. The people of Osun State, even those who are Muslim, they keep behind Adeleke and the deputy, and they are all Christians. They keep behind them. The Muslims, they never complain that, Adeleke is not a Muslim. is a Christian, his wife is a Christian. They all voted for him. So that is what we were expecting. So people should keep religion aside. Even though those people that were there, whether they are bishop or they're not bishop, one good thing is that the priests, they refuse to address the media. They refuse to tell us that, oh, they are bishop. They were even running away. So for me, I think there is no issue. Thank you.
Thank you, Taking B, for calling. Well, seems like we lost connection again with my guest, but it's quite unfortunate. We'll have to drop it now. Our clock is in the ceiling. We'll have to wrap up now. But ladies and gentlemen, as much as we agree that, well, issues like religion and ethnicity should not divide us, there's always time for certain things to be done. At a situation where, or the time where some people do not have the moral or do not feel a sense of belonging, they should be carried along. Okay, I have Reverend Hayab joining us back. Reverend Hayab, we have 1 minute to go. Please, can you sum up your thoughts in 1 minute as we close? What would be your final thoughts to Nigerians?
It is our desire that Nigeria remain a united country. It is our desire that Nigeria remain a peaceful country. The reason why there is agitation is because certain things have not been done right. The reason why there's a thing that those who are agitating are wrong. The fact that if we don't have those agitators, then the violation will be worse. And so what we simply want our politicians to learn is respect everybody, tolerate everybody.